Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back. We are going to be doing a get ready with me story time video for today. I did hook up my lights. The background is not the hottest thing ever, but you're with me, so it's fine till we figure it out more, because this is not acceptable. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna leave everything that I'm using linked down below. I'll try to show you guys as I go. But yeah, for today it's pretty much gonna just be a just story time video. I feel like we haven't done one of these in a long time, and I know a lot of you guys love hearing my stories, I think. So it's basically about my new car. For foundation, I'm gonna go in with the Light Wonder foundation by Charlotte Tilbury, and then the Scorpio Spongy. But basically a little bit of a history about the cars that I had. So my brother gave me his car when I was, I think, 21. So my father actually had it. He gave it to my brother. My brother gave it to me. It was definitely a very, very old car. It was, given over to what, 2-3 generations? 2. It was like a beautiful white Isuzu Rodeo. And yeah, I really loved it. I mean, for the fact that my father owned it first, and then my brother, and then me and my sister, was kind of like a cool thing. But yeah, after I would say about a year of having that, we had to kind of say goodbye. So then my sister and I didn't really have a car for a bit. And then, I mean, in New York, you don't necessarily need a car, I would say. It's nice to have, but I don't think it's a necessity, really. Like, you can walk everywhere or take the train or the bus, which I hate the bus, but the train is pretty cool. What am I saying? What are we up to? Next, I'm gonna go in with the Hydrating Camel Concealer by e.l.f. in the shade Light Peach. So after about a year or two of not really having a car, my sister and I decided that we just wanted to get a car because it would be easier. So we did share one. We got the one second here, we got the Hyundai Sonata in white as well. Really nice. So we both shared that, and it was cool for the time being. But then at some point we both went our own ways, and she kept the car for herself and I did not have a car for myself, which is fine. I figured it out. So yeah, I didn't have a car for years after that. That was when I was like maybe 23 or something. Roughly, I don't remember exactly. Well, next I'm gonna go with the Urban Decay powder. So yeah, once Elise was up with the Hyundai Sonata, she ended up getting her own red car, also Hyundai. And for me, I actually didn't have a car since that white car. It's been probably about 4-ish years. But if you think about it, I never actually had my own car. Like, we always shared it because we were always together, always did the same things, all of that. I will say for the past year or so, I really wanted to get my own car, just because I could take the train, but not all trains go to the exact destinations that I would like. A lot of the times you have to walk a lot, or you have to take Ubers and stuff like that. To the city, it's 1, 2, 3, and honestly, it would probably be more ideal to take the train to the city, even if you do have a car, just because there's never any parking there. Yeah, but other than that, I was like, it would be nice to have a car. So for the past year, I've been trying to get a car, and for some reason, it really wasn't in my favor. The car that I wanted, especially, I wasn't getting approved for all of that. I'm gonna go on with the e.l.f. Bronzer in Forever Sunkissed. And then, when was it? Around November-ish time. But it wasn't like, oh, I didn't get a car, okay, fine. It really took a toll on me, because I was thinking to myself, what do you mean? I really want this. I wanted to just show you guys that sometimes in life, you want something and it just doesn't happen for you. It doesn't mean something's wrong or something's up. It just means it's not meant for you at that specific time. And I have to say that to myself sometimes, because you know how sometimes we're like, okay, we're in the zone, we need this, we want this, and it just does not work out in our favor. And it's like, I just don't understand. But we need to, I guess, accept that and realize that not everything is just given like that. And sometimes we need to wait. So I ended up waiting a bit. And I'll say that I actually got approved for a pretty cute car. Oh my God. The heck? Okay, so I actually got approved for a pretty cute car. When was it? I want to say it was November 8th. How do I remember this date exactly? It's because I went out with this guy for September 11th. Don't even ask me how I know this. September 11th was when I met him, and I remember that day specifically, of course, because the Twin Towers fell years ago, and it was definitely a very traumatic thing, I think, for the whole world, but especially if you lived in New York. I remember it happening. I was in 3rd grade. No, I was just in 4th grade. That's when the school year started. We didn't have school the next day. So basically, yeah, I was going out with this guy in September. I'm speaking so bad. I was going out with this guy September 11th, and then it kind of broke off at around November 10th, 11th-ish. So I remember getting the car 2-3 days before, it ended with us. For blush, I'm gonna go with this Bare Minerals Genuine Blush in Call My Blush. I got this in one of these Hello Sephora Favorites kits. It's pretty decent size and it's a yummy color. I feel like I have hair on my face. One second. So yeah, I ended up getting approved for the car like 2-ish days before me and this person kind of like, you know, and I have to say, it was a really, really nice feeling. This is the first time in my life that I actually got my own car. It was me, myself, and I. I know I could have maybe gotten a car with like a co-signer, all of that. I didn't want to do any of that. I wanted to do everything myself. And you know, it's just definitely a very rewarding feeling, you know what I mean? So I did get a Nissan Rogue Sport in white. It's really cute. I love it. She's my baby. And just, you know, my new little one that I just added to my life. Anyway, things ended with that person. So yeah, it was funny because when we spoke on the phone, like towards the end, like when we FaceTimed, he was like, oh, you're always in your car. I'm thinking like I just got this car, why would I not want to be in this car? Don't act like it's a bad thing. For highlighter, I'm gonna go in with this one. It's from Sleek. I really love this. I haven't used it in a very long time. I hit pan on this one, but yeah, I'm gonna use this on, of course, the high points on my face. A lot of you guys actually had asked me if I ended up getting a car because any other time that you saw me in a car, I just had my sister's car for like that day or something, like it wasn't my car. But lately, a lot of you guys were like asking me, hey, did you get a car and all of that? So, I mean, I also did want to make a video for that specific reason. I feel like it's important to kind of keep things, you know, sometimes private and to yourself, just so, you know, everyone has their own life going for them. But I did want to share this, you know, hopefully down the road, and I feel like we are somewhat down the road now. So here I am explaining the story. Also, because of what happened, I felt like it could be something fun to share because, I mean, this does not happen. You know, it happens to me. For the eyes, I'm going to use the Kitty Likes to Scratch palette. I actually haven't had a chance to use this specific one, so I figured it would be nice to use it with you guys today. Don't know what kind of look I'm going to come up with, but we shall see. Probably going to do something more like neutral or something. Why am I speaking so fast? Now I feel like I'm speaking really fast. I've been really enjoying the car. You know, it's like when you don't have it, you don't necessarily know, like, I guess what you're missing, even though without a car it was fine. But when you have a car, it's like it feels nice, you know? I will say though, even though I do have a car, I don't go to the city with the car. So that's why, like I was mentioning before, it's not worth it because parking there for I think an hour is $20 if you want to park in the lots, which I'm not paying because it's like I feel like such a waste unless I'm really there for like, you know, something major. But if I'm just gonna run to like a few stores and stuff like that, the train is totally fine, and it's very convenient. I can go to Ulta with the car, I can go to the mall with the car. I don't have to take like the train or anything. I don't have to feel dependent on anyone. It's definitely a nice feeling. The first thing I'm gonna go in with is this light one. And I'm going to use this Milk Mirror, which I think that they actually sent me. Okay, so with all of that information, let's get started with the spicy stuff. Like I mentioned, I got the car like maybe November 8th or something. Had the car for a little bit, about a month-ish. December 16th, which is almost a month ago, we had a pretty crazy snowstorm here. Again, I remember the date because this happened on that date. But yeah, we had a crazy snowstorm. I remember that day I woke up and I spoke to Rivka and she was saying how like, oh, the snow is supposed to be pretty bad. Just make sure you have like food at home and all of that. And I was like, you know what, she's right. So I was like, I have to film something, but let me just run and get food just in case I'm not gonna be able to move like with my car or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know. Next shade I'm gonna go in with is this, which has little gold glitters. I'm not loving that because that's the only other like shade I would go in with because it's deeper brown, so hopefully it's gonna be nice. So I hang up the phone with Rivka and it was around like 1 o'clock. I didn't actually leave my house till then. It was kind of getting cold. There was a very wintry, like snowy smell in the air. So I head out to my beautiful baby outside. I didn't park on the corner, but it was almost the corner, and definitely not doing that again. But basically I come out and my whole door is slammed. The driver's seat door. The knob fell off. It was on the floor. The back door was slightly scratched, all of that. It looked pretty bad. Meaning like when I came to the actual car, I was so confused. I was actually sending Rivka a voice message being like, oh, hey, whatever, yeah, I'm going to get some food. And then at the end of the voice message, I'm like, oh my God. Let me show you. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. Here. Wednesday, randomly to the middle of the week, and oh my God. Actually was not funny when it happened. I was in shock because I just got this car, you know. what are the odds? Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm standing there looking at this car, thinking to myself, whose car is this? And then I look at the back, and obviously there's crap in the back, because like, you know, like I'm kind of messy, I would say. So just like stuff thrown, and I was like, this is my car. There's just no way. But let me tell you, there was a way. Hey, by the way, this color applies pretty nicely, I will say. Even though it has a gold glitter, it's not bad. Yeah. Work it, work it, work it. I'm gonna build the color a little bit so it's deeper. And then I think I'm gonna go with a lid shade after this. Again, so at that second, tons of emotions were running through me. And then I was like, calm down, okay? Like, I know I could have cried, which I did later, but at that second I was, I guess, just in shock. So I called my brother right away. He knows everything. So thankful for him. He's so cute. He just always hooks it up. The one that built me my shelves, he's a woodworker. What the next shade I'm gonna go in with is this one right over here. And with this, I'm just gonna apply it. With this, I'm just gonna apply it on my lids, just like that. I like to usually tap and swipe. I don't know, it's kind of piecey. I don't know how I feel about this one. It looks brown in there, but it's like purple here, or pinky. Anyway, so I call my brother, and he's like, okay, try to go to a few neighbors and see if they have any camera of the person who hit you. So basically it was a hit and run. I wasn't in the car though, thank God. But I started going to like 3 or 4 neighbors. I start knocking on the door with my mask, and I'm like, hi, I parked my car in front of your house, and basically someone hit my car. Do you have footage of, do you have like a camera or something so I can check out the footage? And so there's this one old woman, she's like, no, I'm so sorry. And she's like, if you want, I could take your number and maybe get the other neighbor. I'm like, yeah, I just went there, they didn't open. She's like, I have their information. If anything, I can ask her when she gets home. And I'm like, okay. You know, I didn't have much hope for this, really. Then I went to the neighbor across the street, which I would have expected them to have a camera. I mean, I don't know. And she didn't have a camera. And then I went to someone else, and she had the wires for the camera outside. And I explained the story, and she was like, yeah, I'm sorry. This camera's not hooked. Either these people don't want to help, or they just don't have a camera. I don't know. You know, either way, it was fine. I wasn't expecting much. Then I went to a different neighbor, and they were actually so sweet. He was like, I'm so sorry. I wish I would have a camera. Those neighbors have a camera. I'm like, I just went there. They say they don't have a camera. He's like, they have a camera. I'm like, but she just said she doesn't have a camera. He's like, I don't know, man. She has a camera. I'm like, you know what? Forget this. The point of actually asking for footage is so that I can actually maybe see the person's license plate and have them pay for the damage and deal with this. But I wasn't successful. One second, I need lip balm. I'm using the pharmacy one. Anyway, so then, I just came back into my house, called, you know, insurance, tried to hook that up. And then my brother said he had someone, so I went to go to this guy's shop, and then he told me the estimate was like $2,500 for something I did not do. And then he's like, if you want, you can think about it. And then, because I didn't know if I wanted to do it through insurance or not. So then this guy goes back, and have in mind, it starts snowing like crazy at this point. So I'm sitting in the car, snowing, freezing outside. This guy goes back into his shop. I'm sitting in the car alone. And that's when I start crying. I didn't cry like uncontrollably kind of thing. It was more like, okay, I'm gonna go in with the brown, by the way, and put it on my lower lash line. It was more like, what the heck? Like, you know? It's just, and then this is when I realized, like, sometimes in life, you will be put in situations that were 100% not your fault. I definitely don't think this was my fault, even if I parked it. Like, people just need to learn how to drive, I don't know. And you just gotta deal with it, and it sucks, you know? But, like, it just is what it is, I guess. I'm gonna put a little bit of this right over here. Ugh, this is so scratchy. Get off my eyes. Yeah. Ow. Morphe M31. Don't like that. Then I called my brother, and I was like, Dan, I'm not paying $2,500, whatever. He's like, no, just try to do it through insurance. So then he's like, call the guy that leased you the car. We are going in detail here. So I called that guy, very nice guy, actually, the guy who leased me the car. He's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And have in mind, I didn't even have the car for a month. He's like, let me call someone. So he calls this guy at a different place. He puts him on three-way with me, speaks to me about the whole thing. He's like, and he sounded so much more, I don't know, I guess maybe trustworthy or like personal. So I bring the car to his shop, which is not too far from me. And yeah, it was snowing like crazy outside. I parked by the collision place, and basically he's explaining to me through the window, like I'm sitting in the car and he's outside explaining to me the whole thing. And at this point the snow was coming down so hard, I'm like, you can sit in the car for a second if you want. So he explains it again, like other parts, and basically that is the story of my life at the current moment. I actually don't even have my car yet because I don't know, they had an issue with like just stuff. So I wasn't able to actually get it, and it's been like, I guess, again, since December 16th, and it's January 11th today. So yeah, I was on their butts about it. I was like, okay, like what's going on, you know? And yeah, there's a lot of back and forth, you know. It's never easy with these kind of things. It always takes longer than I anticipate and expect. So in a way, I kind of felt like I had this baby for like less than a month. She's been taken away before my eyes, kind of thing. And yeah, I still don't have her. I still don't have my car. They did give me a rental, same car, but it just doesn't feel the same, you know. Obviously I'm thankful, and obviously I appreciate it, but I would love to have my car back, you know. I'm gonna use the Lash It Out Elf mascara, which I've been testing out, to get back to you guys on the I'll Keep You Posted video, and I have to say, so good. I'm usually not a big fan of rubber bristle wands, but this is very, very good. It makes your lashes look insanely amazing. So let's see here if you guys will be able to see, like here, this is basically not even a coat, but it makes your, it's so good. I'm very impressed. Only $6. And what I found with this, by the way, is that when you actually use it, it kind of almost gives you like a tight line effect as well. I mean, I barely put it on. You can see a difference, I think. Anyway, so that is the story of my car. I have gone to the shop to check her out. Poor baby, just chilling there, to just take out some crap from the back because I needed it. But the people that are handling the car are really cool people. I feel like they are trying to do the best they can. The guy told me that I should be getting it back hopefully on Thursday, so we'll see. I'm like, what year? 2026 or? And he's like, nah. I will say though, with this mascara, back to this, it's just a little bit hard to kind of get under here because the wand is slightly big, but you could still do it, and it looks so good, right? Or is it just me? I don't think I'm gonna put on lashes. I'm really liking this look of like, it looks good. I really, really like it. Usually when I go on dates, by the way, this is typically like the vibe I go for. A little bit less than this usually. I try not to do the whole shebang. I usually never wear lashes. Occasionally I will, depends. But yeah, if you're curious to know how I look, this is how I look. For lips, I'm gonna go in with this L'Oreal liquid lipstick in the shade I Lead. I love these by L'Oreal. They're, sorry, the train is passing. I never realized how loud it was. Yeah, so these are really nice. It's like a liquid lipstick that feels like water. Well, the application was slightly terrible this time around, but it's okay. We're gonna go in with a gloss on top. I pulled out the Tower 28 gloss in, sorry, in almond. So yeah, that's pretty much the story of my car. Something that I really wasn't in control of, and I think it's kind of cool that, like, you know, in a way, Rivka was like, you should maybe go out and get some food, because I don't know if I would have gone out that day. And then imagine the next day with all the snow on the floor, I would have been in even more of a whatever situation. So, you know, you try to look at the fine lines. In these kind of situations, I just think to myself that it's not like, oh, what if something else would have happened? It's more so like, this is a situation right now. Let me try to make the best out of it. It wasn't in my control. Let me try to figure it out. And if I have a moment of, you know, sadness where I'm like crying and just like I feel defeated and I'm kind of like, well, that's fine, you know. You kind of get back up there and you try to figure it out. Obviously, very, very much so easily said than done. I feel like when you're put in a position, like, at the end of the day, we need to do our best and try to get things done, even if we're in a situation where you just want to like sit at home and cry the whole day, and be like, why, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That is the story. I figured I would mention it. I figured I would let you guys know. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it entertaining and just fun to watch. I don't do these often, but I mean, I have stories sometimes, so maybe I'll do them more often. We'll see. I'm looking forward to reading your comments down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Please continue to hold for the next available representative.
On the phone with the insurance right now. Yeah, I forgot to mention before, the whole door needed to be replaced. I think that was a a solid piece of info that you guys needed to know. And yeah, basically the collision place is taking care of it for me through insurance. Okay.